Now that we have resolved our technical difficulties, we will begin this we begin this meeting by being called to order, pointing no fingers. With that, we will start with our invocation. Mark, if you'd come forward, please, and lead us in that.
Let us pray. Creator of all wisdom and source of every good gift, we pause at the beginning of this meeting with gratitude and humility. We give thanks for the opportunity to serve and for the people who have entrusted these leaders with responsibility and stewardship. Bless these commissioners, staff, public servants, and citizens gathered here tonight. Grant them wisdom in their deliberations, integrity in their decisions, and respect for one another as they work through matters that affect the lives of many. Help all present to listen with open minds, speak with clarity and kindness, and seek the common good. May differences of opinion be met with understanding, and may every discussion be guided by fairness, patience, and a sincere desire to serve. May this meeting be conducted with civility, wisdom, and purpose. May the work accomplished here bring lasting benefit to this county and to its people. Amen.
Thank you. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Nolte?
Here.
Commissioner Withington?
Here.
Commissioner Lawson?
Here.
Commissioner Wagner?
Here.
Commissioner Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Thompson?
Here.
Commissioner Carpenter?
Here.
That brings us to approval of this evening's agenda. Commissioner Johnson, you are recognized.
Move to approve tonight's agenda.
Motion has been moved for the approval of this evening's agenda. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, you're recognized to close.
I close.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson?
Yes.
Commissioner Carpenter?
Yes.
Commissioner Withington?
Yes.
Commissioner Lawson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. We have two matters under ceremonial matters. The first one is 2026-188. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, 2026-188, honorary resolution designating July 2026 as Parks and Recreation Month.
We have a resolution put together for this, and I'm not going to read it out. It's a kind of legalese language, but I am going to kind of try to give you the flavor of it a little bit. We are really joining with the federal government, the U.S. The U.S. House of Representatives, in recognizing Park and Recreation Month, and there are a lot of great reasons for that. Parks and Recreations Department, it promotes health and wellness. It provides physical and it improves the mental health of the people of this county. It promotes time that we spend in nature, which has a lot of positive impacts on mental health. It increases the cognitive performance and well-being, alleviating illnesses such as depression, attention deficit disorder, and Alzheimer's. We like to encourage physical activity by providing the space for popular sports like hiking, swimming, and other activities to promote active lifestyles. Parks and Recreation is a leading provider of health meals, nutritional services, and education. Educational activities such as out-of-school time programming, youth sports, environmental education are critical to childhood development. Also, we have organizations like the Scouts of America who also take advantage of our facilities here, which is certainly something we like to encourage. It increases the community's economic prosperity through increasing property values, expansion of the local tax base, increasing tourism, and the attraction and retention of business and crime reduction, which is something that we all have on our minds of late. It is fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community that we find ourselves in nature and that we take advantage of those times that we're able to spend there. It is essential and adaptable infrastructure that makes our communities resilient in the face of natural disasters and climate change. Our parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our communities and provide a place for our children and adults to connect with nature and recreation in the outdoors. So with that, we are commemorating or joining the House of Representatives, the U.S. House of Representatives, in designating July 2026 as Park and Recreations Month. It is, I think it's something that we sometimes have that's so close to us that we don't think about visiting these areas. I would encourage anyone, including we commissioners, but also any citizen, anybody in the area, to visit our parks and recreations. The facilities are really great, and they are improving all the time. So by being able to take that time, I think it really adds to our society, and it adds to just the general well-being of our society and perhaps the civility of how we treat one another. I think that would be certainly a good step. With that, we do have a couple of members from our Parks Board. If you would like to come up and share a few words about the parks. By the way, and this goes for everybody, if you come to speak to address the commission, please make sure the green light is on, speak directly into the microphone, state your name, and then address the commission.
Right.
Mr. Mecklenburg.
Good afternoon. My name is Dave Mecklenburg. I'm chairman of the Parks Advisory Board for Clay County. It's an honor to serve the county and the citizens of Clay County. My major concern has been, over the years, the maintenance and upkeep of our environment, the stewardship of our trees, and the benefit that they give to the citizens. We're always looking for ways to improve the facilities of our lake here and have more visitors come. It's been enjoyable the last couple of years, particularly with the reinstitution of our
That's okay.
of our tourism, because we're getting more attention to it. We have good results, good input from people who use our facilities. We're constantly looking for ways to improve and expand the benefits to the citizens and our visitors. And thank you very much for recognizing Parks Department and the parks as for a month. But we should be recognized all year for the benefits to health, welfare, safety of the citizens of Clay County. Thank you.
Just a moment.
Sure.
Commissioner Wagner, did you have something you wanted to say?
Sure. It's always good to see you, Dave. I couldn't resist because I served with Dave on the board of Parks and Recreation for Kansas City. And the only comment I will make is I think over the last month, it has been shown quite substantially the importance of parks, because as we've had our World Cup events, the space that has gotten the most people is a park. And it also happens to have the Liberty Memorial right behind it. And I would say last Saturday, two of the most heavily used locations in Clay County were Smithville Lake and Hodge Park in Gladstone. And that's because there was a lot of 4th of July activity going on there. And so I just want to add to all the comments you've said, which are very much correct. You find your community in your parks. If you support your parks, you support your community from all ages. And so I appreciate the work that you and the advisory board does. We don't pay you enough. I give you a raise.
Okay. Yeah, 100%
I double your
raise would be
salary, but that
fine.
probably wouldn't help. But at any rate, I do appreciate your work and everyone on the committee's work. And I agree with you. We should celebrate Parks and Recreation every single day throughout the year.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the other members of our Parks Board who are dedicated and have their specific areas of concentration. And I think we're a well-rounded a board in that we have people that have specialty interest in the various assets and the various functions of a Parks Department. And we want to continue the growth and improvement for the citizens of Clay County. Thank you.
Commissioner Carpenter?
Well, I just want to thank Dave as well for your service on our board, as well as your decades of service in the park space, and also just everybody who works with the Parks Department, Director Davis, and all of our folks who keep doing the hard work day in and day out to make sure that we have good parks, good assets, marina, golf course, all the rest. So, I've said before, and I think it just gets truer every single day, that I think Parks and Recreation and encouraging people to have a life outside as we continue to enter deeper and deeper into a digital era in which more and more of our lives are spent in some form of screen time, which I think comes with some downsides, maybe some big ones. I think it's all the more important that we encourage people to get out and, like Commissioner Nolte said, experience nature or play sports or go on walks. I like to sit by the pond and hang out with the geese. So just whatever it is for you, I encourage you to get outside and enjoy the world. I think it would be good for everybody's health, mental health, and for us as a collective society. So those of us in local government have a role to play, which is to make sure that we continue to keep up our assets, make sure we have good trails, parks, and things for people to do outside to keep everybody as healthy as possible. And I think with people like Dave and us and everybody who's committed to doing that, we can get it done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you and the committee for your service. Please come on forward. Oh, I thought you were coming up. Commissioner Carpenter, you segued very nicely into where I wanted to go next, and that was to recognize our director and, by extension, the staff at Parks, because without the great staff that we have, we would not have the asset of the park system that we have. And I've got to tell you, we've stepped up the game remarkably, so congratulations on that, Mr. Director. And if you'd like to make any comments, please go ahead.
All right, John Davis, Parks Director. It's been an honor and a privilege to be here for the last 16 years. I started off at Parks Department, and hopefully that's where I'll probably end it one of these days, but not anytime soon. Would like to recognize, we have two staff members here with our park board, this Beth Beckett, Historic Sites Manager, and Bob Lipscomb, he's a park supervisor with fee collections. They're one of the 246 full-time employees that we have to run the Parks Department. On top of we average about 100 seasonal to part-time employees during our summer months. That include, all of our parks. We have Smithville Lake, which is, according to Corps of Engineers visitation records, sees 1.5 million visitors a year. We are a member of the Smithville Lake is a part of the Kansas City District, and all the lakes in that district. We are number 2. Truman Lake would be number 1 with 2 million visitors. So think about that. A lake that's 5 times our size, we are pretty close to visitation numbers. On top of the Jesse James birthplace, which sees around 10 to 12,000 visitors a year from all over the world. We also have the Jesse James Bank across the street. We have Claybrook Park, which is across the street from the James Farm. Trist Falls, which was one of our first parks. Rocky Hollow Park, the Ferris Farm Historic Site, and Mount Gilead Church and School Historic Site. So, thank you all. That's it.
Thank you. By the way, I'm glad you mentioned some of the historical sites. I've been with you to a number of them on occasion, and I didn't realize among your accomplishments, historian also plays into that particular list.
I encourage everybody to come and see. All citizens, everybody, and just think about what the World Cup in town, and not every country in this world is privileged to have park systems, so we are very privileged to have them and don't take it for granted.
Absolutely. Is there anyone else wishing to speak on this subject? Very well, then with that, we will go ahead and present the resolution. So if you gentlemen would come forward, John, you as well. We'll go ahead and line up here. Thank you once again to both staff and the board for their hard work. This brings us to our second item under ceremonial matters, ceremonial grant award check from Freedom's Frontier National Heritage Area. Mr. Administrator, would you like to?
Yes, good evening. Next item is a ceremony grant award check from Freedom's Frontier National Heritage Area. We have our grant coordinator, Cynthia, that can speak more to it, but also this is one that was with Parks Department as well. It's a grant that we applied for pretty recently, and I'll let them kind of speak to that.
Good evening, Commissioners. Grant Coordinator Cynthia Connor. This was a grant that I worked closely with Beth Beckett on to bring Joseph McGill and their slave dwelling project to the Jesse James birthplace in October. Joseph provides, actually Beth could speak better to this, but it was a grant that we'd worked on very closely, and we were just excited to be awarded that to bring Joseph to the Jesse James birthplace. I'm going to let Beth speak on behalf of Joseph and the program. I just helped her pull the grant application together.
You're doing just fine.
Okay, thank you.
Beth Beckett, Historic Sites Manager. I would like to ask Lucinda and Johnny to come up also. They are with Freedom's Frontier, and they are that's the organization that awarded us the grant, so thank you very much.
Oh,
We
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I don't know if you all want to say anything.
Thank you for inviting us here tonight, Lucinda Adams. I'm the Director of Freedom's Frontier National Heritage Area. I'll give you a 2-second, what is a National Heritage Area? Freedom's Frontier is one of 62 National Heritage Areas throughout the country. And we are promoting tourism, historic sites, nature, National Park Service. We are an affiliate of the National Park Service, and we receive federal funding through an appropriation. One of the main things that we do is provide grant funds to different partners that we have throughout our 41 counties in Kansas and Missouri. And I do have to say that we don't play favorites, but we love Clay County, and we love your historic sites. And so when we saw this application come through, we were all very excited because it's a program that we haven't seen done before in the Heritage area. But we are really excited to see how you all cooperate together, because that's one of the things that our grant reviewers on our board said as well, is that they were really excited by the cooperative nature of this grant and how all of the historic sites in Clay County really do work together. We see a lot of times in the history and historic sites field that people are competing against each other. We're competing for money, we're competing for visitors. But here in Clay County, you guys all really work together, and so we are really honored to be able to present you with this grant award.
That's very kind of you to say so. I think I would be remiss, and I think I speak for the rest of the commission in saying that that cooperation goes both ways, that we are grateful to our municipalities and other political subdivisions for their constructive relationship with the county. So it's definitely a two-way street, and we benefit by having great partners here locally. Commissioner Wagner.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for coming here and bringing this presentation to us. I would like to encourage you to continue to not treat Clay County as favorites. I like the results so far. So thank you very much, and congratulations to our team for bringing you here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would any other commissioners like to comment or have any questions? Seeing none, anyone else care to speak? You can continue if you like.
Yeah, before we do this, I want to tell you a little bit about Joseph McGill and the Slave Dwelling Project. Mr. McGill's nationally recognized work has brought attention to extant slave dwellings and the importance of preserving these structures as part of our nation's historical landscape. Through overnight stays, public programming, living history interpretation, and educational outreach, the Slave Dwelling Project has encouraged honest conversations about slavery and its enduring legacy in America. Bringing this program to Clay County, Missouri will provide an extraordinary educational opportunity for our region. Mr. McGill has a Friday evening program called Campfire Conversations, and then we will have a Saturday public program with other historians and descendants connected to Perry Samuel, the African-American stepbrother of Jesse and Frank James. This approach reflects both historical integrity and community inclusion. We will be partnering with Garrison School, which is here in Liberty, to host the Saturday program. Our goal is to engage audiences in meaningful dialogue surrounding the lives of enslaved African Americans and their descendants. This event will not only elevate awareness of an often overlooked aspect of American history, but it will also create opportunities for education, dialogue, preservation, and reconciliation within our community and beyond. It will honor the contributions of African American ancestors and foster a greater understanding of our shared regional heritage. This event will take place in October, so I will let you know as the event further develops, and hope you all can attend.
Commissioner Lawson, did you wish to comment?
Yeah, one thing, I've always been very supportive of Jesse James Farm. When you think about it, something that well-known here in our county, I always said we need to promote the heck out of that thing. People come, as you well know, from Japan all over to see that farm. And it's right in our backyard. And I think I lived in this county, I don't even know how many years, I'm scared to say, but before I went there and saw it, you know, and we lived at the time, we just moved into a place probably a mile from the farm. And we went over and took a look at it. I was just so taken with the history. It's just amazing that it's right there. So I am so pleased about this, but tell me, what do you think prompted us to be able to get this? How was that, how did that come to us, this award?
Well, I had been reading about his work and what he had been doing and had contacted him a few years ago, but he sometimes gets booked pretty far in advance. So I just kept on, and then we had an opportunity with Freedom's Frontier, which, thank you very much,
Very well, thank
was
you
able
so
to make it
much.
happen.
Yeah, and so when is this going to happen?
October of this year.
Okay,
Yes.
good deal, okay. Well, I might talk to you more about that later.
Okay.
But thank you very much.
And thank you also for mentioning the Garrison School, another great partner that we have in this county, beyond the governmental, certainly in other sectors. We have a lot of wonderful people we work with, and among them is that organization. Any other comments from the commission? Well, it's time for us to go grab the check.
How many grants did we give out this time? We gave 12 grants. 12 grants.
Okay, if
Commissioner
there's
Nolte.
no one else to present.
If you don't mind, I'd like to give you more information on that grant.
Please do.
For the audience to know, we received $9,050, and the Freedom Group had given out about 12 grants, totaling $80,000. And so they reached out to us last week, said they'll be in town this week. We're one of the 12 recipients that they were going around. So this will give you more information as far as what we received regarding them.
Thank you very much for that additional information. Well, if there's no one else here with the check for the county, we will move on to our public comments. Are there any members of the public who would like to comment to the commission on any issues? Yes, sir. Please come up. Once again, make sure the green light is on, state your name, and then address your comments to the commission.
All right. Hello, my name is Timothy Dunn. I am from Kearney. So I guess it would be the Eastern District, kind of. I'm really new to this whole thing. So we're new here from North Carolina. So I come here from North Carolina and come into Kearney and talking about Parks and Rec and things like that. We're a very big supporter of them. Very big supporter of the Sheriff's Department, Will Atkins and them, captains, working with them. I own Dunn's Guns, which is the company in Kearney, Missouri. I also own Dunn's Flooring, LLC, and I own Timber Properties. I employ multiple people in the area. And part of my reason for being here today, I've come in a couple of times to speak with my representatives. In North Carolina, you can walk in, it's an open door, right? Here, it was getting a meeting or a phone call. I don't like doing phone calls. I like being more like on notice of what I'm doing. So the whole tax thing here in Missouri is very complicated. I have a master's degree in business management and engineering, okay? Extremely complicated taxation, the way you guys do it here. So I move here, pay the taxes, do what we're supposed to do. I start to learn. I buy businesses, I buy buildings. So then when I bought the building in Kearney from Jim Thompson in 22, I was told, well, you got to do this thing for the taxes so that they can assess the value and you pay it. Okay, cool, no problem. So I went ahead and did that. Nobody told me in the state of Missouri, you have to redo that every 2 years. I thought the value was adjusted of that building, okay? My taxes at that time on that building was $8,200, okay? So then I didn't know when they send a thing in the mail or when things come in, you're supposed to contest by the second Monday and blah, blah, la, la. No idea, okay? I blindly pay over $33,000 in taxes to this courthouse, right? Blindly. And it really frustrated me this past year. The property tax of that property went from $8,200 to $17,900. Okay, so that was almost 110% increase with no justification, right? Just somebody said, this is what it's worth. So I'm being taxed on something that I have not even been proven that it can sell for that much. So then I call the state and I say, hey, if this is the case, write me a check for what you say it's worth. I'll let you have the building. It's yours. They say, oh, we don't do that, but this is what it's worth. It's kind of like taxing me on my 401ks and everything based upon what's in there today and then changing my taxes tomorrow. So when I came in, I paid it under contest. So December, because they were late coming, and my accountants were like, hey, Tim, the taxes on this building is $10,000 more. The taxes on this building is $9,000 more. The taxes on your personal property is this much more. So I had to come up with over $25,000 in less than a month, okay? Small business owner trying to build in the area, we pay it. The first thing that I wanted to attack was, or go on note about is I need the help from my representatives. I have filled out the forms and put them in to get the taxes adjusted now, again, because I understand the game and system. But it still doesn't change all the money that was taken out of my program, which I give free classes to women. I've donated over $3,000 a year to Liberty Parks and Recreation, doing their fundraisers and all that stuff. And I'm asking for the help of the board for me to get my additional money back that I had to take out of my employees' mouths. I was unable to do Christmas bonuses that I usually do for people because I had to pay taxes on something that was never allotted for. And on that money, I understand the state doesn't give money back. I understand that. But I'm looking for somebody to help me in representation with the Equalization Board to work with me to get that money back in allotment somehow that we paid under contest, trying to follow the rules of everything. And that's my main reason for being here today, right? In the community, I give a lot of things for free, and these things are suffering because of these taxes that happen. I do free female classes in the thing. I do sending your daughters off to college, how they protect themselves. This is all free. Women want to learn self-defense, I teach them for free. It's all there, right? We do the fundraisers to help build money for kids, baseball teams. All this is done by the gun store. And now the gun store is this close to closing its doors because I'm not going to loan it any more money, right? And it got stuck with this bill. So if I don't get this fixed, the community is going to lose a place where they can shoot indoors safely. They're going to lose a place where they can exercise their Second Amendment. They're going to lose a place where their daughters and their wives get free education for self-defense from a licensed person that is paid thousands of dollars, okay? And just the general education of the public, right, with that. I'm not here to sell guns to nobody. Last thing I want to do is sell guns to anybody. First thing I want to do is teach you how to be a community and protect yourself and be safe. And that's why we started this. And I just need people's help from it. So as I submit this and through my journey, I just wanted my face known so that when I come in and say, hey, I'm having a problem with this, or blindly paying $33,000 in taxes and I still have 20 potholes in the front of my building, but Travis Kelsey's thing gets all brand new concrete and paved roads. And it's just very frustrating to me. I don't know how to go about it, so I paid to have my own road paved so that my customers didn't have to look at messed up roads, right? I shouldn't have to do that when I'm paying property tax. So all these things I wanted to bring to attention so in the future, not that I'm being a complainer or anything, because I'm not. I'm here for the community and to work with people, right? I just don't think it's fair, and nobody listens. Like, I had talked to mayors, nobody listens. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm like, to this point, to just putting everybody on unemployment, shutting the doors, and just moving out of the area, because it is just too complicated to do business here. It just really is. So I want to appreciate, or tell everybody I appreciate everything y'all do and what y'all are working on, and any guidance that you can give me as a new citizen to the area to help me with this. Grants, this, that, whatever, I'm down, because this is a very complicated system that y'all have here, and I've lived in 4 different states. Very complicated. Anybody can get confused by the way it works here. That's all I have to say. I'm going to say thank you so much for your time.
I'm going to recognize Commissioner Johnson. Now, keeping in mind that we can't engage in a discussion that's not noticed up prior to that, but Commissioner Johnson, I'm sure, has something to say that may well be helpful, or he may have a question so that you can expand on your comments.
Sure.
So, Commissioner Johnson, you're recognized.
Thank you. First of all, you're preaching to the choir as far as I'm concerned with property taxes. Everybody here knows that I'm very anti-property tax. You're getting taxed on money you never made. And it's frustrating. And the way that it is increased here year over year. I come from California, the most tax-heavy state you'll ever hear of. Property taxes aren't allowed to raise more than 2% a year in California, with some other caps on other things there as well. My property tax doubled when I came here. Hopefully you do know that we have a separately elected assessor, county assessor. Mm-hmm. So the county assessor is one you need to talk to. Tracy Baldwin, his name, who's very good at explaining the taxing process and how the assessments work, and he doesn't make the rules necessarily, but he's very good at explaining that, and I would, if you haven't talked with him yet, I would reach out to him, and I guarantee he will make some time to talk with you.
Okay.
But his name's Tracy Baldwin. He's our county assessor, and he's elected separately from us, so this body does not control anything that has to do with assessments.
Yep.
And the other thing, by way of education to everybody who's listening, when it comes to property taxes, and you're paying 30-something thousand in property taxes, a fraction of that, a very, very small fraction of that actually comes to Clay County.
I know.
So, most of it's going other places.
Schools.
Schools is the biggest
Yeah.
part. And
I don't
probably
have a problem
probably
with
either
that.
the county fire district or something, which is, I have no problem with paying them. But yes, I just want to say that, and I would really go and talk with our county assessor.
Okay.
And he could really give you some more direction on any recourse you may have.
Sure.
On this matter, but I feel for you, brother. I can't stand property tax. I want to get rid of them. We've reduced them here in Clay County by 28%, our levy, this past 3 years. But yeah, you're preaching the choir as far as I'm concerned. I think it's criminal.
Yeah, that's my main thing, and I appreciate your time on it. And my thing is on the back money, because there's no way you should be able to raise somebody's tax 110% in 1 year. And then say you have to pay it, and then you sent me the thing late. So what I wanted to do is my form, I took a copy of the one that I did with all my assessments, the purchase of the property, what I paid, with the dollar amount of inventory signed off by the bank and the bank president, and give it to you, because I argue with them about this. And they are trying to tell me the property's worth more than what it is, when this is clearly what it's worth.
Could you, if you could give that to the county administrator, he will make sure that all commissioners get a copy.
Yeah, no, I made this copy for y'all, so I submitted that. There's my note of when I bought the property. Here's the listing of the property. And this is what they based it off of. This is what they did. And then it shows all fixtures included. Then the bank signs off on the full inventory. And they did the full inventory list, which comes up to almost $200,000 off of that purchase price, which puts the value way down below 650 grand.
Is there a phone number here?
Excuse me, sir, go ahead and make sure you speak in the microphone, because we want to make sure that all your comments are recorded properly.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have another commissioner that I'd like to say something. Okay. Commissioner Withington, you are recognized. I'm sorry, will you finish, Commissioner? Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, I agree with Jay. Property taxes are insane. Did you say you filled out the form for the BOE?
I did now. I filled it out in 22 when I was new here, and I didn't realize you have to do that every 2 years, right? So what's so funny is that property tax on that building stayed the same while those owners owned it from 2010 to 19. Never changed a penny. Never changed. But then all of a sudden I get 2 increases in a 4-year span. Makes no sense to me. Now I get it. And I understand 3%, 4%, whatever, right? That's the cost of stuff. 110%, that's ridiculous.
Well, so one problem we have seen with these giant increases like you've seen, Tracy I can't remember when Tracy got elected. He's our county assessor, but the assessor before him kept a lot of the assessments artificially low because she wanted to keep getting elected. Now Tracy's trying to, play catch up on where they're supposed to be. Now I don't think that's fair, but I would like to see Clay County have a cap on our property taxes like Jackson and Platte County, but that's a whole nother story. But Tracy Baldwin's definitely who you need to talk to. He's our county assessor, and he's downstairs when you first walk in to the right, and he could better explain everything to you.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that 100% with it. And that's my only thing. I just wanted to get in front of the board so that everybody knew, so that when people see me in here, because this is something that I can't be the only one. I just think that there's a lot of people that don't say nothing and just pay it. And that's ridiculous. They burden down a whole city over 1%, let alone 110%. Give me a break.
Well, we saw the North Kansas City, what's that movie theater called down in North Kansas City?
Armor?
Armor, yeah. They were in the news because theirs went way up last year, over 100 and something percent. And I think that's not fair. I think that's BS, you know.
And they did it to us on our warehousing because they thought they were gonna get the stadium down off of 210 Highway. We had a warehouse. They made the taxes so ridiculous that we couldn't afford to pay it. So then we sold it, and now all of them are sitting vacant because they thought they were gonna win the deal. And now they got a whole vacant area where vandalists and homeless and everybody sleep now. So good job, guys. You know, you take people that pay good money and then it's not good enough.
Would you approach, please?
Yeah.
That's my private cell phone number. Call me later, and I'll walk you down. We'll talk to Tracy whenever you want to schedule it.
Awesome. I thank you guys so much for your time. It kind of feels meager compared to what you guys are doing here this evening, but thank you so much. I mean, thank you for your time.
No, there's nothing at all. I mean, citizen comments are extremely important. There was a time when this item was not on the agenda, and some of us fought pretty hard to make sure it was back just because we need to hear from citizens and their comments. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to express your thoughts.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much.
Very well. Are there any other citizens wishing to make a comment? Seeing none. That brings us to our consent agenda. Mr. Administrator.
Yes, good evening. We have 5 items on our consent agenda tonight. First one is 2026-186, approval of invoice payments for Clay County for the period of June 20th through July 3rd of 2026. Had a total of 680 invoices, totaling $1,236,588.40. The next one is 2026-190, approval of capital project encumbrance request and authorization of lease agreement for Clay Holdings for 3 quad Freightliner dump trucks from Premier Truck Group. One of the items that we had before regarding that one. The next one is 2026-189, approval of municipal contract between Clay County Sheriff's Office and the City of Avondale. The next one is 2026-190, approval invoice for asphalt pavement at Clay County Sheriff Impound Lot with Superior Bone Asphalt Company. The next one is 2026-192, approval of quote for installation of new fencing at Clay County Sheriff Impound Lot. That'll be it for the consent agenda.
Thank you. Commissioner Johnson.
Move to approve tonight's consent agenda.
Motion's been made for the approval of this evening's consent agenda. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, you are recognized to close.
I close.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson?
Yes.
Commissioner Carpenter?
Yes.
Commissioner Withington?
Yes.
Commissioner Lawson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. That brings us to our regular agenda. There is one item on this evening's regular agenda, 2026-187. Mr. Administrator.
Yes. 2026-187, approval of invoice payments for Clay County Prosecutor's Office for the period of June 20th through July 3rd. Had a total of 16 invoices totaling $6,605.84.
Thank you. Commissioner Johnson.
Move to approve 2026-187.
Motion has been made for the approval of 2026-187. Any further discussion? Seeing none, you are recognized to close.
I close.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson?
I recuse myself.
Commissioner Carpenter?
Yes.
Commissioner Withington?
Yes.
Commissioner Lawson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner?
Aye.
Motion passes 5 in favor, 1 recusal.
Thank you. That completes this evening's regular agenda. We have under reports, we have 2 items. Mr. Administrator, if you'd start with the state audit of county clerk.
Yes, this evening I have 2 items, both from the auditor's office. The first one is a follow-up to our state audit of county clerk from June 2026, and our auditor Victor Holbert is here to explain any additional information. If there's any questions regarding that.
Very good. If you'd like to speak, you certainly may. I mean, it's your call. Hey, we always like hearing from you.
Do you have 10 minutes? Okay, we'll do 10 minutes. I'm just all right, here we go. I'll be very brief, like I say. But it's good to, present these things. If you can, I'm gonna track along with me. And I didn't say my name is Victor Holbert, Clay County Auditor. Let's see. I wanted to pull up the website just to demonstrate how how these reports can be shown for anyone at home who's watching. If you go to the auditor webpage, you can see the reports at the bottom. And the current one we're talking about is a follow-up audit of the county clerk right here. So what are we doing? The reason we're doing this, this is about the state audit of Missouri. There was a citizen petition, as we know, for the state audit of Missouri. Petition was in 2018. Field work began. Audits were released on individual offices in 2020 through 2022. Why are we doing the follow-up? Well, it's been that long. It's been 5-6 years. If you don't do a follow-up on the status of how an auditee is responding to recommendations in an audit, they lose value. What's the point if we're recommending best practices, management commits to that, but then no one holds management accountable? So that's the whole point of it. But very briefly, we're just going to talk about the state audit of the county clerk. I didn't prepare a PowerPoint, but there are really only 4 issues on the state audit. It was essentially numerical sequence or sequential order of receipts, voided transactions, transmittal of deposits, and endorsement of checks. So this really related to the licensing activity of the county clerk. So we're talking about their liquor licenses, towing licenses, amusement licenses, notary licenses. And so it was about suggestions, recommendations from the state auditor's office to make improvements to that activity. Overall, the state auditor, at the time Nicole Galloway, now it's Scott Fitzpatrick, gave a good rating to the county clerk. And I'll say, just kind of bottom line, we didn't really have any change from that. We gave a 4 rating out of 5. And I'm excited to announce to you too that we're really making efforts in the auditor's office to continue to improve the internal audit function. One suggestion from Commissioner Carpenter a time ago was to define that star rating system, and we've done that. So 4 stars, we are calling good and effective compliance. So controls operate effectively with only minor exceptions. Any issues identified are low risk, isolated, and do not significantly impact operations or compliance. So we gave 4 out of 5 stars for the overall rating. And just to briefly go through this audit, so we, out of those issues that the state auditor had found with the good rating, we actually think that currently 3 of the 4 are completely resolved. So we've actually made vast improvement since then. And we had 1 suggestion on voided transactions that we could use a little more improvement to get where we need to be. And that's all the report outlines that were resolved on sequential sequence of receipts. On voided transactions, really it's a feature mainly of the system that's still being used, not necessarily the actions of personnel. But you have this scenario where voided transactions on the day that the deposit report is ran, if it's not ran for the entire period since the last deposit, some of those voided transactions don't show up. And so we just recommended that when we do the deposit, we run it for the whole period to show all the voids. Why is that important? Voids show the clear activity of all transactions that occurred within a period so that nothing's missing, everything's very transparent. The clerk's office is being very timely in the transmittal of their deposits twice a week, so money is not sitting idle, and they're promptly endorsing checks so we know where everything is going. So I just wanted to briefly give that. I thought since I was here I'd comment it and do that since I'm here. We also have a copy of the state auditor's report. And so you can expect that we're going to go in order of those state audit reports to do those follow-ups. And also I want to tell you that in addition to some of the what I've already mentioned about becoming more of a formal internal audit function beyond what we already are, in the coming months, you're going to expect see some things as a proposed audit charter. We're going to build out a formal audit plan, ask for your input as a commission, perhaps, if it pleases the commission, form a audit committee to help inform that audit plan. You're going to see an annual audit report. all this to say there are a lot of reforms and improvements that we're going to be pushing that I'm excited to be bringing to you. I got my certification as a certified internal auditor, and these are the things that we should be doing. I'm currently already a certified government auditing professional, but the CIA is just another level, another tier. We're also seeking a peer review at the end of this year, which would be the first ever for Clay County's audit function. So just showing that this will be the first in a lot of follow-up audits to come. We're not picking on the clerk, but just to give you a heads up.
Thank you. And I realize that you don't always elaborate on these reports, but certainly I wanted to have the opportunity to brag on you a little bit and how much we appreciate what you do. And secondarily, then I'm going to go to Commissioner Withington. Secondarily, I appreciate the fact that you are using the screen to show how the average citizen can go on and view these reports. So I think that's an important thing. We have strived greatly within this county to increase transparency, and certainly due in no small part to your efforts and, of course, the efforts of the rest of the commission. We've, I think, made a lot of progress. So I appreciate you demonstrating for those who would view this meeting how it is that they can, if they so choose, become more familiar with the more detailed parts of this government, because it is their money. Commissioner Withington?
Hey, so as the person that led that citizen effort to get that state audit, I appreciate you following up on that. You know, literally this time 8 years ago, we finally turned in over 9,000 signatures that we had collected over 6 or 8 months, you know, or I should say 6, 7, right? Months to get that, you know, and at that time, Megan was the clerk and she was having a lot of problems with the commission, and so it's good to see that we've turned a corner and we're starting to see a lot more transparency, and I appreciate you following up on that, and I'm sure the citizens do too, so thank you.
Very well. So that is the follow-up audit. I don't know that, and you certainly any explanation, but let me go ahead, that you care to make would be certainly welcome, but let me go ahead and go to the second issue with the administrator, which is Auditor's Cash Basis Monthly Report, which is a little less exciting perhaps, but Mr. Administrator?
Yes. We have in our packet the Auditor's Cash Basis Monthly Report for June 2026. And the report is there for your viewing. Any questions you may have.
Very good. Thank you very much. I mean, if you'd like to comment, you certainly are welcome to, but I think, you know, we all have that in our packets, and we can certainly go through it, and we appreciate the thorough and professional job that you do. Thanks to your efforts and the effort of your staff, you're an award-winning part of this organization.
No problem. I mean, I'm happy to briefly go over it, but it's in your packet. This one, if you go to the financial reports, it's in, you know, so government, budget, and finance, and then you got your financial reports right here on June. And it's a semi-annual report, essentially, you know, so 6 months through the year. So yeah, some good information there, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Commissioner Withington, your microphone's on. Would you like to further comment, or are you completed? Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Mr. Auditor. As always, an excellent job. That brings us to administrator comments. Mr. Administrator?
Yes, good evening. A couple items tonight. One is we have our final Go North Fan Fest, July 11th in North Kansas City, street party, say. So it'll be this coming Saturday, which is the final quarterfinal match they have here in Kansas City area. The other one is that we're having email services will be updated this Friday late afternoon. Should not be any impact to our email system, but just to be a warning there. And the other one is we'll be sending this to you as well, but SB 190 update, that one of the things that came up was the testing for the current, and they're still on track to be able to do the testing beginning in August. So they went back and were able to do the testing we asked regarding the updated ordinance to require them to provide testing and allow for the lowest of the 3 years, and they were able to confirm that they can do that and move forward with our testing. The other thing we had is this past week, we've had the 2 finalists as for software providers come and do a presentation to staff and one of our commissioners. And so we'll have to make a selection from there, but we had both of those come this past week. Say about a 9-hour day each day of software. So, but both good presentations. From there, we'll have staff go and visit a couple of their current locations they're working in to get additional technical review. And then from there, we'll meet together, come up with a recommendation, and bring that back to you as a commission. Both of the respondents, both have had ongoing projects within the state. So both are familiar with SB 190 and have software that's done that in other jurisdictions. So it's not doing something that's brand new to them, and being that this will be the second year, we're looking forward to creating a partner that we have that will allow us to go forward in 2027 with the software we need to move forward from there. So that'll be it from this evening.
Thank you. That brings us to commissioner comments. Commissioner Withington, if you'd like to start off.
So just want to say, Jay and Joanne, you guys following my lead dressing down. You know, Joanne and I are going to go walk around the park here in a little bit. But before the holiday, just an update. We had a meeting on the new detention center. We're moving forward with that RFQ for that. So thank you, Damon and staff on that. And then also want to say thank you to Damon and Kevin and our Roads and Bridges Department. We had a meeting with Platte County Electric Co-op before the holiday. The CEO hit me up. He was having some issues with permitting, and I think we had a really productive meeting. And just want to say thank you to staff for helping out with that. Thank you, guys.
Commissioner Lawson. You may be casual, but you are stylish.
Pardon?
You may be casual, but you are stylish.
Well, and I appreciate that. I had, I can't say the great pleasure, but I had the opportunity to sit in on the two meetings talking about the new software companies. It was a little overwhelming, but I learned a lot. And I have to say, she's not here, but I have never heard Barbara talk more than she talked in that meeting. I was amazed. You know, she's always so quiet. She just chattered away and asked questions. I was really gratified. I think they both have things to provide for us. I want to know a little bit more as we go along, because the decision we make on this is going to be so far-reaching, and we cannot have another year like we did last year. You know, that would just more than overwhelming especially to the staff and to our citizens. It was such a mess. So hopefully we make a great decision on this, and we certainly got great insight. It was well worth coming to the meetings. So thank you, Damon.
Commissioner Wagner. Commissioner Johnson.
Yeah, just real quick, I want to remind the county administrator and yet as well that when we talk about SB 190, I really want to find out how other counties are able to not require seniors to sign up every year, and I want to make sure that we can do the same thing, so that seniors every year don't have to come in and sign up again just for the tax freeze, essentially. So didn't want that to be lost.
Commissioner Thompson.
I just want to say good job to the clerk's office on their internal audit. I might be a little biased, but I would have gave them 5 stars. So.
Commissioner Carpenter. Okay, I just want to say that I hope everybody enjoyed their 4th of July holiday. It certainly was a time for reflection. We all had our different events that we went to. I was in Smithville, and I can't think of a better way to spend Independence Day than in the company of veterans and hearing them speak and give their expressions on what this country and what our founding documents mean to them. It is certainly a very moving experience, and the spirits were not dampened by the little bit of rain that we got. It is a little sprinkle. Also, my congratulations also to the clerk. Excellent job, as always. We certainly appreciate what you do. And with that, I don't think there's very much more. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the proposals, and I was just...
Well, would you come up to the mic, please? I hope, will the commission indulge us by allowing the gentleman to speak? I mean, I realize it's out of turn, but I think it's important. Please, sir, identify yourself and address.
I'm the mayor of Avondale, and we had the thing for the approval of the contract between the Clay County Sheriff and
It was on the
Avondale.
consent agenda and it got approved.
It did get,
Yes.
I couldn't
Yep.
hear back
Yep.
there, and that was the reason I came for
Yep.
the meeting.
It
just
was
to-
approved.
If there
I'm
was any...
sorry. Oh, you were wanting to speak on it and you didn't.
No, I didn't really want to speak. I just wanted to, if there was questions, I am the mayor, and I really have been pushing. The first meeting I had was with Will Akins as the mayor, and he actually accepted me into the office, and we had a long talk, and it was very productive, and he said, yes, he would like to get it done. And he has been very good on his word to me, so
Great.
that's just what I wanted to do. Thank you.
Well, glad to hear that, and thank you for stepping forward. And certainly, we try to always make time for any citizens who have comments to make, and we appreciate
Okay.
that.
And the next thing, now that I heard about the parks and stuff,
Yes, sir.
our city was donated 7 acres of woods. And I was hoping to find other help to see what we can do with making that a park in our city.
Okay. I'm sure if you go through the administrator, he can kind of guide you through whatever can be done to assist. Thank you. And I'm glad you came up before I dropped the gavel, so thank you for that. There are no further comments? We are adjourned.